See what he's not telling you, when we were on the island before we went out, the Vancouver, the British Columbian Fish and Game people gave us this big thing, and they're like, your biggest threat out there isn't the wildlife. Your biggest threat out there is actually Chinese poachers. This is what they told us, honest to God. We have Chinese poachers that come over here and they're poaching animals and they're out there breaking the law and they see another person, they could get scared. And so me and him are back in the hotel room hatching plans about hunting down Chinese poachers.
Sharpening our
yeah.
Oh yeah. I waited for this. Tonight we feast in Valhalla.
We're sitting in the back of the room going, yee. Everybody else is like, what? Chinese poachers?
Tastes like chicken.
Lots of MSG in it though, really lots of MSG in it.
But then you're hungry again an hour.
An hour later.
Even at the buffet. All you can eat.
He brought his, he was making slug gravy out there, you know. I don't know if you guys watch that or not, but that's a man to eat anything right there. But getting back on track. What I was saying is that they're an unnatural life form in an artificial environment. That's the reason people like that can survive. So what I was saying earlier, all we're going to do is fall back to closer to a more natural way of life. All this stuff will go away, but you still got to eat, you still got to drink water, you still need shelter, you still need clothes, fire, you still need all that stuff. It's going to be a lot harder to get it. And the more knowledge you have now, using, again, these great things in our pockets and the internet and all the other crazy stuff that we have access to answer any question you have. Events like this are great because you come here, you take some classes, you get hands-on stuff. We call it dirt time too. Get outside, get in the woods, you know. Alan, he does classes where he has people bring their packs out and he'll go through them and help you whittle them down. We did my group down in Florida, we did a 7.5 mile hike the other day with our kids. You know, it wasn't a lot of fun, it was hot, it's Florida, it was miserable. But we did it because you need to go do it. Everybody learned a little something, you know. It was like the Oregon Trail, all the crap laying behind us down as we walked, you know. All right, this is out of here, this is out of here. But that's how you learn. That's how you find out what you can and can't do. Because sitting in the living room, all this stuff looks great when it's laid out on the living room floor and you're putting it in that bag and you pick it up, heft it for a minute. Oh yeah, I can do that. And then you take it off, put it in the closet. Well, put that thing on and live with it for a little while. Live out of it for a little while. And that'll open your eyes. You know, there's the philosophy of the more you know, the less you need thing. I agree with that to a degree. But there's a lot to be said for comfort. But how much are you willing to suffer for some comfort too? Because you got to tote that stuff. But take advantage of it now to learn those things, because you never know when today is the day before. You know, you could be looking at tomorrow going, damn, you know, if only I'd known then. We don't know what day is going to be the last day of normalcy. And it doesn't have to be the end of the world. It could be the end of your world. You know, there's parts of the country with flooding, fires, hurricanes, tornadoes, ice storms, you name it. That's the end of your world for the moment, at least for a little while until it gets fixed. That's also a good time to put that kit to the test. Because that's a real learning experience when you really got to use it. But do it now, don't wait. Because you're not guaranteed tomorrow, you know. So take advantage of it now and get it done. And the knowledge is the thing. Like I was telling people the other day, how many people in here have a set of encyclopedias in their house? Few of us do. You know, that's old school knowledge, but it's always going to be there. That's analog internet right there. You know, the Foxfire books, get that series of books, the whole series. You know, because there's stuff in here that some of these guys are going to be like, yep, I know how to do that, I know how to do that, I know how to do that. But there's going to be more of us in here that don't know how to do a lot of that stuff. And that's analog internet pretty much. It's going to be there. I mean, you know, guns and ammo and bullets and all that stuff, that's all really cool, tactical gear. We like to play and all that stuff. But, you know, I've been alive for 43 years. I've never shot a gun at anybody. But I have to eat every day. I got to drink water every day. You know, I got to worry about my hygiene every day. We'll leave it at that. We won't get colorful. Those, huh?
When you go store.
Come here, I'll show you. But those things you're going to have to do every day. Those aren't the glamorous things. Those aren't the cool things. But those are the things that you're going to do every single day. Learn now how to dig a latrine, where to dig a latrine, how to maintain proper hygiene, because that's what's going to kill more people. Earthquake in Haiti happens, it killed a bunch of people, and look at how many tens of thousands died after the earthquake because of bad sanitation. That's all it was. People don't know how to dispose of their own waste. So you picture, I'm sure most of you up here don't, but like down where I live, you know, the pre-planned housing community is a really popular concept. One road in usually, several hundred houses and little forks and stems off of the main road, one way out. You got all those thousands of people in there, and that's a lot of manure. You know? And you may be handling yours right, but the guy uphill may not be handling his right. You know, and it can make you sick. But learn how to handle it now. And be able to share that information later too. In that community, you want to be the guy that can say, yeah, I got a solution to that. Let me show you guys how to do this. Here's how you remedy the situation. And build that community, that sense of community into it too. Because no man's an island, you know. He and I and his groups, the folks he worked with, they've crunched numbers. We've talked about it, about how many people it takes to do this, to try to survive. You know, you're not going to do it. Your family's not going to shut the door, board the windows, and hide inside and be able to maintain your life. It ain't going to happen. It takes a bunch of people. And if you have any kind of a hostile threat or environment around you, which is very possible, it takes even more folks to do it. Those numbers get huge. Yeah, I know, look at him. He's just like those teenage girls.
Oh my God, have you seen this? Totally, check it out. Look at it. I gotta have those shoes.
They were sandals. But it worries me that a lot of folks concentrate too much on the stuff, and I love stuff. I mean, the gear, the kit. I got lots of it. I got a pickup truck out there full of it to the gills right now.
Is it unlocked?
No, it's not. It is not. But you can't lose knowledge, you know. I mean, Minnesota yoga.
All in now.
That's another guy from the Lone Show.
He feels the vibe.
He feels the vibe. That's right. He senses a disturbance in the force.
Disturbance.
But you can't lose knowledge. You know, you only lose knowledge when you're dead or you take a hard knock to the head. You know, you might lose it to the Lord, right?
What were you saying?
Prime example. Example A. But you'll have the knowledge, and that doesn't mean it's going to make it any easier, or not necessarily easier, more comfortable. And that, here in America, we're a little spoiled on the idea of comfort, air conditioning, running water, clean sheets, clean clothes. You go to a lot of the third world countries, and even not so third world countries, those concepts are a luxury. You know, they're not what we consider a necessity, or so many of our society now considers a right. You've got the right to everything apparently these days. I read that old piece of parchment a few times, and I noticed a couple of rights that were recognized in there. And it wasn't the right to be comfortable or happy or unoffended. I kind of agree with that old meme that's running on Facebook right now, that if dueling came back, a whole lot of people would be a lot less offended.
Yeah. Yep.
Because, and that brings me to something else I'll mention real quick. In that world, when the thin veil of civility falls away and you're living this lifestyle where you're having to hunt your food or pick it out of your lawn or steal it from your neighbor, whatever the case may be, because that's what's going to happen. Your actions and words carry weight. We've all seen the old Western movies where some cowboy calls another cowboy a coward, and next thing you know, they're standing out there in the street. Well, that kind of thing will actually come back, because your words will have weight. You know, so kind of be careful what you say around your neighbors and your friends, and you know, when you're mad at them, you know, you're not going to blurt out, "I'm going to kill you," because one of you might end up dead real quick. It's just a different world. If you look around right now, Venezuela, I don't know how many people are keeping track of what's happening down there. They're in a position now that they cannot afford to buy the paper to print their money. Their money is so worthless that the actual paper is worth more than the currency.
Can we do that?
We're almost there. You know what's keeping our currency alive, right? Hope and prayers. That's the only thing backing our money up. And in Venezuela, there's a video that came out the other day of a delivery truck that came through town and stopped at a grocery store to unload some cases of onions. And there was a riot in the streets. People were beating each other up and just abusing the hell out of one another for onions. There was nothing else there but some onions, and they were ready to kill each other over it.